Solo money methods are once again under attack, with Payphone Hits being severely nerfed after the release of the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC, which is of course the GTA Online update that was promoted by Rockstar as being largely focused on quality of life improvements. And that's quite ironic really, because while there's been a few decent changes made, there's also been some monumental screw-ups that have justifiably enraged the community. One of the biggest ones is a massive nerf to the Payphone Hit missions offered through the agency, where the cooldown timer that's applied once finishing a mission has been increased from 20 minutes to 48 minutes, meaning that you now have to wait an entire in-game day before you can go again. This is a huge blow to all the solo grinders out there, and especially for anyone who relies on Payphone Hits for a big percentage of their income. By increasing the timer to 48 minutes instead of 20 minutes, you're essentially cutting the profit margin by more than half. Where previously people could comfortably do 2, almost 3 missions an hour, they can now only do 1. And with each of those missions being worth 85k a pop, we're getting seriously shortchanged when compared to how it was before. And honestly, the change confuses the hell out of me. Payphone Hits have been out for a while now, and Rockstar have applied 1.5 and even 2 times bonuses several times in the past, proving that originally they didn't mind people making a lot of money from them. We've seen similar revisions made to Cayo Perico in recent updates as well, where once again quite late into its release, several changes got added that deeply hindered solo players in particular. The main one being a cooldown timer that was applied where there hadn't been one before, where strangely it favoured those who play with other people, only giving them a 48-minute cooldown versus solo players who can't start it up again for almost 3 hours. And now with Payphone Hits succumbing to the same sort of treatment, the question then becomes, well, what's changed exactly? And why is Rockstar nerfing a bunch of money methods that they previously didn't have a problem with? Personally, I feel that all of this has something to do with the ongoing restructuring of the economy, and the game in general really. And in the long term, I feel that it might be a push from Rockstar trying to get people to buy monthly subscriptions to GTA Plus. Money methods are being tampered with across the board, and 2 times and 3 times bonuses for event weeks are becoming less and less common as well, often being replaced by 1.5 times bonuses instead. Those larger incentives are now almost exclusively reserved for GTA Plus members, who regularly receive the best bonuses the game has to offer. Combine that with the reduced profits for Cayo Perico and Payphone Hits, 2 of the biggest earners in the game, and things really do start to feel a bit suspicious. Want to keep earning the same money that you did before? No worries, just sign up for our paid monthly service and everything will go back to normal. And as concerning as all of that sounds, it's not even the biggest thing that I'm worried about when it comes to the new DLC. A few months ago we had a massive overhaul for the pricing of a number of old but popular vehicles, some of which the cost was lowered, but of course a lot of them were also raised as well. But then Rockstar took its insanity to whole new levels with the new Mercenaries update by straight up removing almost 200 cars from the various dealership websites in the game, which not only has the community very pissed off, but also very confused as well. I mean, this update has essentially removed more content than it's added, but the really concerning thing is those cars could potentially get paywalled behind GTA Plus as part of their monthly rewards for everyone who signs up. And I mean, money bonuses are one thing, but if we're moving towards a business model that prevents people from playing the latest and greatest unless they pay a monthly fee, well, things are looking very grim indeed. In the beginning, the only thing that was paywalled were a few liveries and cosmetic items, nothing that you couldn't do without, but slowly over time it feels like they're gatekeeping more and more content. For an example, this update saw the release of the Vinewood Car Club, the first expansion to the game to be completely locked behind GTA Plus, and you can't engage with it whatsoever unless you fork over your hard-earned real-life money. While it's not the most alluring addition and really just looks like another vehicle showroom, if they can lock an entire area like that behind a paywall, then anything goes really, and we could potentially see a big increase in paywalled content in future updates. Plus, if they don't mind restricting the content we consume, then they certainly won't think twice about reducing the money we earn. The worst part is, it was looking so positive after the Criminal Enterprises DLC last year, with big expansions to all businesses and the ability to sell in solo lobbies, but now it feels like the improvements have come at a price. And look, I do understand that Rockstar is trying to encourage the whole business empire motif, where instead of grinding the same missions back to back, you earn your millions from a variety of different operations. But with that concept does come a couple of problems. 1, it's very limiting to new players who can only afford 1 or 2 businesses and might not have the luxury of diverse income. 2, it's kind of starting to feel like a Trojan horse for a bunch of changes and nerfs that players wouldn't have otherwise tolerated. I acknowledge that it isn't the end of days and that this won't permanently disrupt money grinding, but it's part of a worrying trend that I feel could have a detrimental impact to regular players in the long term. Let me know what you think down in the comments though. I'm very curious to hear what everyone thinks about the nerf and about the DLC in general. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button would certainly be appreciated, and if you're new to the channel, definitely think about subscribing as well. I cover all things GTA Online, and I'm just getting started on everything the Mercenaries DLC has to offer. But until we meet again, you bunch of legends, I am Red Knight Trait, and I'll catch you on the next one.